Hello friends and welcome back to another review slash achievement chat about another game that I played recently. This one is Creatures of AVA. Just for full transparency, before I start this, I was gifted a code by YRSTruly, PR company. The code was for a PC version of the game. I did download it, I did play it a little bit. I have a full Let's Play on my channel for Creatures of AVA already. I did play the Xbox version when I was actually playing the game because I prefer to play on Xbox, but I did play the PC version first. So now that that's out of the way, Creatures of AVA is kind of like an action-y adventure style game. It fits a weird niche because there's not combat really, but there is kind of. It's a really weird one. I don't think I've played anything like it like for a long time, if ever. So you are a character that is sent to a planet, and the planet is being overtaken by this virus called the Withering, and you basically trying to save all the creatures of the planet, but you can't save all of them. You can only save so many, and it kind of like has this Noah's Ark style like story to it, where you have to go to a planet, save so many animals, send them back to like the space station, but you can't save them all. So it's like, as I said, Noah's Ark. Animals went on the Ark 2x2 sort of thing. This is the same. I really enjoyed playing this, so much so that I played through it a second time to try to get all of the achievements. I will explain more on that in a bit. The characters were pretty neat. They were well written. The game itself was actually written by Rhianna Pratchett, Terry Pratchett's daughter. So it's like really well written characters. Quite a few of them were like the dialogue between them was really cool, quite funny in places. Basically, like all the creatures as well, the ones that have been taken over by the Withering, you kind of have to cleanse them first. In some cases, and then you learn a musical song for a flute. I'm trying to think of the right words and they're not coming. You learn this song for the flute, and then you kind of Pied Piper them to a robot and send them away off planet. That's generally the gist of like what you have to do in the game. The combat aspect of it is like, you get a staff to cleanse them, and the creatures will attack you, but you don't attack the creatures as such, you heal them. And then you can use the creature's abilities to try to traverse around the different environments that you're in. So some of the creatures will have like an ability that allows them to break through like these coral walls, or knock down fences so that you can go across bridges and stuff like that. That was pretty neat. The music's fantastic. It's quite soothing and calming in most places. And there's a real like aspect of secrecy to it as well. As you're playing along, you find these like little data pads from like a previous science team that have come to the study of the planet. And like, you kind of get the vibe that there's something wrong, and then you play a little bit more of the game and you find out that naturally, yeah, there is a little bit of something wrong with what was going on the planet, with the previous scientists that came in. So yeah, I really recommend playing this. Like, it's really cool. Probably story-wise, you're looking at maybe 15 to 20 hours to complete. The completion is much longer than that. It's probably more about 30 hours. for the completion. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to say other than, like, go play it. It is currently available on Xbox Game Pass as well, so if you've got Game Pass, you might as well give it a try. It's right there. But yeah, let's talk about the achievements, because this is a little bit of a sticking point, probably, for some people. So, the achievements. As you can see, I have not unlocked all the achievements, and I will explain why shortly. But we're going to go through them all first before we get to that. So, as I've stated before, you get a flute in the game. The flute is pretty significant to how the game plays. The flute allows you to use the creature's abilities. It allows you to tame them so that they become friendly, so that you can pet them and stuff like that. It helps with several of the other achievements. So the first achievement that I got was playing with the flute for a total of 5 minutes. You just have to get the flute out and just leave it for 5 minutes. Simple achievement. Die from a fall. You just jump off somewhere high. Like, very self-explanatory. Complete the Tamora Grasslands region. I assume I've said that right. I'm not entirely sure. So the Grasslands region is the first region that you come to. There are 4 regions altogether. The Tamora Grasslands being the first one is where, like, the main village type hub is, where you meet the first lot of characters. Quite a simple area. Take a gallery picture. So this is taking a photo of something that isn't part of the Avapedia, and then just saving it, basically. So, like, you could take a picture of the character's feet. Like, doesn't matter. Shepherd 10 creatures at the same time. So, as I said, Pied Piper. When you play the flute, the creatures will start following you if you start moving around. You just need to gather 10 of them all at once. Pretty simple. Complete the Nari jungle region. The jungle is the second region in the game. That's story related. You'll get that as soon as you complete the region. Same for the Maruba swamp. Discover all the plants. Each of the different areas has its own ecological system. So they all have their own plants. The plants can be used to create consumables. And yeah, as I said, each of the region has their own plants. I think there's 5-ish plants per region. I think the last region has 4. If I remember correctly. Probably not. Probably does all have 5. Photograph all the characters. So as soon as you find a character with a name, take a picture. That's all you need to do. Take a picture of any character with a name. It's not every single character that you come across, just the ones with names. Photograph all the species of creature. Each of the different areas have different species of creatures in. Some of them are pretty similar in looks, but they're kind of like slight colour differences, like they would do in real life. Basically, you can get like creatures that look the same for different environments, but they've got slight differences about them. The Antar Dunes is the final area of the game, and then completed the main story. So I went through, as I said, and completed the story first just for recording for YouTube, basically. So that full Let's Play is on my channel, and it is currently like available anyway. Connect 5 creatures in a single beam. You need a couple of skills to be able to do this one. I think there's one that allows you to connect as many creatures as possible with a beam, but you need to go through, I think it's 3 first. So there's 3 creatures connected, and then there's like infinite. And then there's a couple of areas in the game where you can do that. You just kind of dodge around the creatures to be able to get it. Have overcharge continuously active for 5 seconds. So again, this is getting specific skills for your character will allow you to overcharge continuously for 5 seconds. I think one of them is to get rid of like an overshield on some of the creatures. Some of the creatures will have like a yellow bar rather than a green bar that you need to reduce to heal them. So yeah, that's that. Poison, blindness, and sticky at the same time. There's videos online to show how to get that. That's what I use basically. But some of the creatures will when they hit you, when they attack you, will either cause poison, blindness, or sticky. You need to have all three at once. Quite tricky to get them. Craft all the consumables at least once. As I said, the consumables can be made by using certain plants. When you've gathered the plants in different areas, you can craft the consumables from that area. Unlock all the skills. If you are doing all the various things for the AVA PD, you will get this no problem. I think I ended up with like 8 or 9 skill points over in the end by the time I'd finished. All the sensors, there are various different sensors in the game. They're like collectibles, you play the flute at them and like you meditate and stuff. Find all the Antara statues. So the Antara statues are small statues that you can find in some areas. These get you about 75 experience points as well, so they go a long way to leveling up your character. As you can see, I got all the skills before I'd actually managed to find these collectibles. Photograph all the Narm wind charms. There's a small scene that shows you the first wind charm. You take a picture of these like small, I think they're blue charms. I am colorblind. You can take a picture of these chimes. Words. Take a picture of these chimes and you get experience points. It's like 25 experience points. It's another form of collectible. Unlock all the backpack trinkets. If you do all of the side quests and you do all the creatures in the Avapedia, that's most of the trinkets. I think the other two are collecting like 300 plants and crafting 75 consumables or something like that. So yeah, fairly easy to get. Complete all of the secondary quests. So each of the areas will have a quest that you can do in them. Most of these are missable. If you don't do the quests whilst you are in that area, they're gone forever. So make sure you're doing them there and then. There are 2 quests that require you to go to every area to get things. One of them's plants, and one of them's something to do with like the creatures. Basically, those quests are done over time. Once you get to the dunes, you can finally turn them all in, basically. Underground Hall is a special area that is dedicated to the staff, basically. There's loads of different like collectibles and stuff that's down there for like plants and stuff, and there's a picture of the staff. In each of the different areas, there is a small dinosaur to take a picture of. These are extremely, extremely well hidden, and kudos to anyone that actually found these like themselves, because there was no way I was finding some of those, if any. But yeah, you take a picture of these 3 dinosaurs, and then you go back to the grasslands, and you can find a secret underground hall, which was pretty cool. Discover all places, pretty self-explanatory. You just need to find all of the different places in the game. And pet all the creatures. You have to pet every single creature that you come across. There's one creature that you pet in a cutscene right at the end of the game. That should be the last one that you pet. And the 2 that I haven't unlocked. So, complete all entries in the Avapedia, and then unlock all the achievements. As you can see from the achievements, I have completed everything that actually is in the Avapedia. I've 100%ed all of the creatures. I've been to all the places. I've got all the collectibles. Wouldn't pop. Just wouldn't pop the achievement. I reloaded. I tried a couple of different things that were suggested online. Just wouldn't pop. I can only assume that the achievement as of this moment is glitched, which is unfortunate. So yeah, I have done everything for this achievement, but unfortunately it wouldn't pop, and I know that's a thing for some achievement hunters. I'm not particularly bothered. If it ever gets patched, then I mean, I can just load it up and it should pop. But yeah, I know that's a thing for some achievement hunters, not being able to get all of the achievements. So as a word of warning, at the moment there is possibly one achievement that is glitched. As you can see, there's only 0.18% of people that have actually unlocked that achievement. I can only assume that it's glitched. So yeah, if that's an issue for you when you're playing these games, then full transparency, you might not be able to finish the game. Other than that, that is Creatures of AVA. I recommend playing it for anyone, obviously, that's not an achievement hunter, where not being able to unlock all the achievements is a problem. I thought the game was pretty cool. It was well written, had great music, characters were all well written. The general gameplay, moment-to-moment gameplay, was pretty solid. It's not very long either, maybe 15 to 20 hours. So yeah, if you did enjoy that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.